pot calling the kettle black is all I'm saying.
Ooh. The pot calling the kettle black. Huh.
Whoa. That was some tea. That was shade. That was major shade.
Pot calling the kettle black. So, I mean, you're not insinuating that
he's
50
gay?
Cent is...
Oh my Lord, please. What? Girl, we gotta talk after this episode is over.
Wait, Vivica A. Fox, what are you insinuating?
Well, I mean,
he gave you...
No, he's not. I mean, we had a great time. I mean, but he's just seems like he's got something that's not quite clear.
50 Cent is determined to never let go of whatever beef he has with his ex, Vivica Fox. This man just came for her, mocking her for getting a little BBL at almost 60. Vivica and her new body have been a trending topic on social media for the past couple of days, and whenever she is trending, y'all know 50 Cent is never too far behind. This time, he did not disappoint. At first, it seemed like 50 Cent was feeling what he saw. People even started speculating that he might be interested in spinning the block with Vivica. But just when folks thought there might be a little rekindling of their old flame, 50 Cent flipped the script. The next thing we knew, he was coming at her hard, claiming that her body was botched from the surgery. He even went as far as to say that she wasn't going to find another man. But y'all know Vivica is not one to back down from a fight, and 50 Cent just learned that lesson again. Not only did she clap back, but she also made some pretty bold claims about him. She alleged that 50 Cent is on the DL and wouldn't recognize a real woman, even if one hit him in the face. The drama between these two just doesn't seem to end, and this latest exchange proves that their past relationship left some deep wounds. Now, I'm not going to lie, Vivica's decision to get her body done caught a lot of people by surprise. Of course, it's her body, and she has every right to do whatever she wants because she's a grown woman. But let's be real, Vivica has always been fine, and her body has always been on point. That's why people were even more shocked when she decided to go under the knife. To be fair, there have been conversations about her body over the past couple of years, which honestly make no sense. Some people have commented that she looks different from her heyday, pointing out that she doesn't look the same as she did in her earlier movies, especially Kill Bill, which was released way back in 2003. Y'all, that was over 20 years ago. It's ridiculous to expect her to look exactly the same. A woman's...
And I'm back on my grind. A psychic ran my lifeline, told me in my lifetime money will help light up the Chicago skyline. And that's why I'm 7 o'clock, that's prime time. Having a watch guy calling from the hotlines. Why you keep giving me hotlines? I'm a star, how could I not shine? How many ladies in the house? How many ladies in the house without a spouse? Something in your blouse got me feeling so aroused. What you about? On that independent shit. Trade it all for a husband and some kids. You ever wonder what it all really mean? You wonder if you ever find...
body is always changing, and let's not forget that she was in her mid-30s during Kill Bill, and now she's almost 61. Of course, her body doesn't look the same. But even with all the talk, one thing is for sure, Vivica still looks amazing for her age. That's why we were all so shocked when she unveiled her newly enhanced body a couple of weeks ago at a meet and greet in Houston to promote her hair brand. The internet went wild, and of course, it didn't take long for 50 Cent to jump in and share his unsolicited opinion. As you can expect, this sent the internet into a frenzy. It's not every day that you see women in their 60s getting Brazilian butt lifts, BBLs, or undergoing cosmetic procedures of that nature. Sure, it happens occasionally. Some choose to get a little nip and tuck, maybe a facelift here and there, but for the most part, BBLs are typically associated with younger women, mostly in their 20s or 30s. So when news broke about this particular surgery, it instantly became a hot topic online. Of course, fans had plenty to say about it, flooding social media with their opinions. Many were shocked and concerned, with one user commenting, "I'm all for people doing whatever they want with their bodies, but sis gotta chill. She already looks good for her age. She doesn't need any more surgery." It's so dangerous. Others echoed the sentiment, questioning why a woman in her 60s would take such risks. Another user bluntly stated, "Our elders do not know how to elder anymore, perpetually 35. This is embarrassing and a risky situation for a 60-year..." Old, don't you think? The debate quickly gained traction, with some defending her right to do as she pleases while others expressed deep concern about the risks involved. As expected, it didn't take long for 50 Cent to jump into the conversation. He initially chimed in with a simple comment, "Wait, let me see." At first, people assumed he was being shady, as he is known for his blunt humor and occasional online trolling. However, he later followed up with another comment, "Who said I was spinning the block? Man, I ain't gonna lie, that booty was good though." This response left fans wondering whether he was being playful, flirty, or if he still harbored some lingering feelings for Vivica. Some even speculated that he might be open to rekindling their past relationship. But just when people thought he might be taking a softer approach, 50 Cent quickly reverted to his usual antics. Without any provocation, he began trolling Vivica online. He posted a video that showed her body looking noticeably different than it did in the photos she had shared on Instagram. The comparison was stark, and it appeared,
"You know, I want to thank Vivica Fox for wearing that dress too."
as though he was intentionally setting her up to be ridiculed. To make matters worse, he ended the video with a side-by-side image that included an obviously photoshopped version of her Instagram post, making it clear that he wanted people to notice the discrepancies. The entire situation escalated quickly, with fans divided over whether 50 Cent was simply joking or deliberately trying to embarrass Vivica. Regardless of his intent, one thing was clear: his comments and actions added even more fuel to the already heated discussion surrounding her decision to undergo cosmetic surgery at her age. ChatGPT said, "Well, fast forward to the 2003 MTV Video Music Awards, and they walked the red carpet hand in hand, letting the world know exactly what was up. No more whispers, no more sky-high speculation."
But for my birthday, he filled my entire house with my favorite flowers, which were Casablancas and gardenias. He's very romantic, and he's like a big teddy bear. Yeah. And see, I know that side of him, and he's very sweet and very kind and gives the best hugs.
Now let's talk about, he's 10 years younger than you are.
11.
11 years younger than you are. And you've said that energizes you.
Yeah, definitely makes me happy. Keeps a pep in my step for sure.
Was he in love with you?
Very much. I mean, I think that the reason why it's haunted me for such a long time is I found out later that he wanted to propose to me. So that's why.
Right. Okay. So I'll set the stage. They're in Monte Carlo. 50's got the ring in his pocket.
No. He was going to have a theater because I was excluded in the international tour of Kill Bill.
These two were officially a thing. Now, let's get into their superstar era. 50 Cent was on fire, dropping Get Rich or Die Tryin' and racking up a
Is it true that you turned the 12-carat ring into a pair of earrings?
Yeah.
mind-blowing 12 million sales worldwide. Meanwhile, Vivica Fox was that girl in Hollywood, stacking hit after hit with movies like Independence Day, Set It Off, Soul Food, Two Can Play That Game, and Kill Bill. Talk about a duo that had it all. They were basking in the limelight, and Vivica was eating it up, falling for 50 more and more each day. He treated her like a queen, and honestly, they were relationship goals for a very, very short time. 50 seemed just as in love as Vivica was, and he was even planning to propose to her, allegedly. But what was supposed to be a 12-carat engagement ring turned into a pair of earrings, all because Vivica made 50 angry, and he changed his mind about the proposal. Their love story took a nosedive, and it crumbled fast. It was like a house of cards, and the slightest breeze sent the whole thing crashing down. Privacy? That was non-existent even back then. These two were under a microscope 24/7, with their every move making headlines. And let's be real, constantly seeing your business splashed across the tabloids is not a recipe for a happy relationship.
Oh man, my love life is great.
It's like the first time though when Vivica gives you the go-ahead and says she's gonna get naked in your bed. Is it awesome?
Yeah, man, it's exciting.
Are you able to hold out a long time?
No.
Is she loud in bed? Like, does she make a lot of noise? Does she make a lot of noise?
Nah, she doesn't make a lot of noise.
She doesn't?
Relationship. Oh, but let's talk about that age gap, because it turns out age wasn't just a number. Vivica was in her late 30s, while 50 was barely 27. And let's just say his maturity level was pretty much non-existent as well. Then came the real problem. 50 could not keep their relationship out of the streets. If there was a mic, a camera, or even just an open window nearby, he was spilling all the tea.
But it's all good, you know?
Okay, and I guess he went on his European tour.
Yes.
And at that point, I guess the relationship started to kind of devolve.
No, the relationship broke up after the World Music Awards. I came back and he was on the radio saying he dumped me.
You found out on the radio?
Yeah, my friend called me. I was in Baltimore filming The Salon, and my friend, a stylist, whose name is skipping me right now. Oh, my friend Daryl Brown called me and said, yo, your boy's on the radio blasting you. And first I went, who? And he was like, 50 Cent. I was like, Curtis? He's like, yeah, he's telling everybody you guys broke up. And I was like, we did? Huh. So he never personally said, it's a wrap.
On the radio, huh?
Yeah, but he went on, and you know, that was his way. That was his way when I look back at it now.
And Vivica? She wasn't here for that. Who wants their private moments turned into a reality show? At 27 years old, you'd think he'd have a better grip on that, but clearly, discretion was not in his vocabulary. So between the lack of privacy, going public too soon, and 50's
Did she dump you or you dumped her? Be honest.
Okay, I ain't calling no more.
Oh, really?
I have to stop calling.
Really?
Well, what happened?
She told you to stop calling?
Nah, I stopped calling. I feel like her people were taking advantage of the situation as far as her publicist was concerned.
They were using you for publicity. Good for you.
Nah, they couldn't have been using me for publicity because then, you know.
In a way, you're the hottest thing out there.
Yeah, but in the, then it would be, then we wouldn't have been together intimately.
mouth tendencies. This thing was doomed from the start. It went up in flames real fast, like a...
The main thing that what killed the relationship was that we just went way too public, way too fast.
It was like a huge learning lesson for me. You know, it was the first time that I went public with the relationship that I should have maybe taken the time to get to know him.
With 50 Cent?
Yes, Curtis.
Firecracker on the 4th of July. 50 Cent started feeling like his tough guy image was taking a hit, and instead of dealing with it like a grown man, he decided to call it quits with Vivica. But did he sit her down and have an honest conversation? No. Homegirl found out she was single through a radio show. Imagine waking up, turning on the radio, and realizing you've been dumped on air. That has to be the worst way to be broken up with. Well, 50 Cent didn't just break up with Vivica, he straight up ghosted her. No call.
Anyway, the relationship didn't work out, but the press lasted a lot longer than the relationship did. So, I mean...
Why do you think the press does that? Why do they, like, vilify the woman? Because when I read that stuff, I was like, it's so ridiculous.
No, it wasn't the press. It was him.
Oh.
No, it was him. He was like, she's exploiting me. She's trying to use me for, you know, to get publicity, and which was so not true. I was about to be in a film with, you know, Oscar-winning actors, and I've been acting for years. But, you know, I just considered that ghetto love. That was his way of dealing with the breakup.
He just up and disappeared like a magician at the end of a trick, leaving her completely shattered. And if that wasn't bad enough, he didn't just leave, he ran his mouth. Instead of keeping it classy and cute, he started spilling all their business for the world to hear. And get this, he had the nerve to claim she was using him for clout. But at the end of the day, they just couldn't handle the publicity and attention their relationship was getting. But y'all know how I said Vivica was not the one to play with? Well, she wasn't about to let 50 Cent run her name through the mud without a fight.
And after that, his people got in touch with my people, and next thing I know, we were on the phone. And my birthday was coming up, and he's such a gentleman. He's very generous. I know him as Curtis, always will. And the 50 Cent, you know, those are his performing thing and who he is as a man. So I met Curtis.
She had zero time for his nonsense and was not about to let him score cheap points by making her look like some clout chaser. So what did she do? She clapped back, and she clapped back hard. She wasn't about to sit quietly while he spread lies like he was on a press tour. No, ma'am. She made it crystal clear that she was never using him for publicity, and she sure as hell wasn't about to let him tarnish her name just to boost his own. If he thought he could play with her, he had another thing coming. But even though 5-0 was the one who broke up with Vivica, he was still petty after the breakup. He even dissed her in some of his songs. In his track Get in My Car, he rapped, "My game F asterisk asterisk with AB asterisk 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 brain till she thinks she wifey. Spend her life savings in a day cause she likes me. Commitment from me? Nah, not likely. Went out with Vivica."
What were your thoughts when 50 Cent blamed the second season ratings dip on gay stuff?
First of all, you know, the pot calling the kettle black is all I'm saying.
Ooh. The pot calling the kettle black. Huh.
Whoa. That was some tea. That was shade. That was major shade.
Pot calling the kettle black. So, I mean, you're not insinuating that
he's
50
gay?
Cent is...
Oh, my Lord, please. What? Girl, we gotta talk after this episode is over.
Wait, Vivica A. Fox, what are you insinuating?
Well, I mean,
he gave you...
No, he's not. I mean, we had a great time. I mean, but he's just seems like he's got something that's not quite clear. So
you mean sometimes if people protest too much about something,
yes,
the fire is happening right there in front of them.
Absolutely. I just never forget there was a Vibe cover with him and Soulja Boy that made me kind of go,
I thought I was onto something. But then next week, nah man, it was nothing. Asterisk. He made it seem like he was never even committed to Vivica, making her look bad in front of the whole world. Vivica was badly hurt by the song and described it as heartbreaking and humiliating. Like the professional troll that 50 is, he even came for her career. When she was on the show Empire, he threw shade, blaming the show's decline on what he called too much gay stuff. In an interview, he said, "There are 3 million fewer viewers who tuned into last night's Empire episode. Did you watch it? We couldn't take the extra gay stuff or celebrity stuff last night." He got dragged for filth over this. He later defended himself, saying, "It must be a slow news week. They're going to say, 50 said Empire lost 3 million viewers because of too much gay-ass asterisk asterisk. I only said, cookie call me, but the kid is going to F asterisk 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 up the show. Now everyone is waiting for power. I told them to lay low. Asterisk. Not him trying to rhyme. But Vivica wasn't about to let that slide. She clapped back at him, exposing his secrets and hinting that he had a little something going on with Soulja Boy behind the scenes. Then 50 Cent clapped back at her hard, saying, "Oh no, now she thinks I'm gay 'cause I let her lick my A-star. Wait, I didn't want her to. She forced me, and my hands were tied." 50 Shades of Grey. Asterisk. Well, Vivica wasn't done. She fired back by posting a never-before-seen photo of 50 wearing makeup with the caption, "Tell you what, 50 Cent, since you keep on telling lies, I challenge you.